STPL.
Hello everyone and welcome to today's STPL. We're going to be heading in to week 3, which should be a lot of fun. We've got some really good matchups this week. There's actually very few mirror matchups this week as well. It's mostly all other ones. Just for anyone joining the STPL for the first time, this is the format. All games apart from the final are best of 5s. Set 1 and 4 are played at the same time, so regardless of the outcome of the series, we'll watch those first 4 games. And set 5 is the ace match, which means every player can play again, or someone else can also play as well, depending on who they want to field. It can be anyone from their roster. The map pool for this season is Hitchhiker, Monty Hall SE, Core Breach, Tripod, Andromeda, Byzantium 3, Fancy 2, and La Mancha. And there's a quick look at prize pool distribution as well. Now this is always a pretty good time to say a big thank you to our sponsors, Liquipedia, Matcherino, and Esport Fund, for contributing to the prize pool already. There's Matcherino, a couple of people have contributed too, and you can also contribute for free using the code STPLS3, if I remember correctly, on the Matcherino link that gets spammed in chat. So that allows you to add 50 cents to the prize pool, completely free at no cost to you. I'm being lazy again today, so no green screen. But let's have a quick look at the player rankings, since they've actually changed a little bit. Okay, so the interesting changes we have here is we actually have the introduction of Bonneth and Forever into the top 10, knocking Avi and someone else got knocked off there as well, but I can't actually remember who it is. But Avi obviously retired at the end of Season 2, so he isn't going to be playing in any tournaments anymore. And apparently this hurts your eyes, which is not good. But basically, it's looking pretty good. Top 10, Scan, Koget, Noob, Famasi, Eonzerg, who's also retired, I think, at least from STPL, Spire, DeWalt, Tai2, Bonneth, and Forever. It's kind of cool that we've actually got, how many? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Koreans and 5 foreigners in the top 10, I think that was. Yeah, 5 and 5, so it's pretty good. Always good to see a good mix. Let's actually have a look at our first couple of teams for today, and then we can get going with everything. So starting us off here is going to be the 2-time champions. It's the King of Kings of STPL. It's SouL Gaming, and with their incredibly good roster, it definitely makes things a little bit harder to obviously beat them, but they are beatable. They've been they have been beaten before, technically not by the team they're going to be facing just yet, but there's still a chance. It's always the best of 1. You never know what's going to happen in a best of 1, so looking forward to seeing how that's going to go. As their opponents going to be Red. Red did used to have a slightly different logo, but I always thought it was a little bit off-putting, so I didn't make them, I asked them, and they very kindly made a more safe for work version of their logo for the STPL stream. So I personally think this is better than the normal one. I don't care what people on Red say, this one looks way cooler. But yeah, it's pretty cool. They've got a good mix-up of players as well. We're going to see the return of Warrior playing in their ranks today. He's not actually played for them for a while, so it should be pretty good. Warrior being their captain, or he was their captain in Season 1. Now he's more of a Doom streamer at the moment. And we've of course got Eriador coming in 4th as well. Eriador games are always good. It's always good to see like the long games as well. Let's have a look at today's matchups. We're going to have a ZVP, we're going to have a PvP on Hitchhiker, a ZVZ on Byzantium 3, and a TVZ on Core Breach. Now, this should actually be kind of cool. In terms of mirror matchups, I think this is the most mirror matchups we have in a single series this entire week. I think it's these 2 series that we have today are the only ones with mirror matchups in, which is kind of cool. The next 3 series after today will be casted, 1 tomorrow and 2 on Friday. So that should be really, really fun. Looking forward to doing that as well. Let's introduce our first couple of players. Starting us off here for SouL is going to be Beast. He used to be on Oz and Teammate. He was a really good player back in the day. He's a really good player now. He is technically an ex-pro, but I think a lot of people count him at amateur level of how Koreans are doing at the moment in the scene. But he's really, really good. He was an ex-pro for a reason. And I mean, in Season 2, he did pretty well. Like, he won 3 games. He won 2 games, lost 1 against Haya in the grand final, but then won the ace match in the grand final to win SouL the championship. And he came out against Terror on Andromeda and took him down last week, so that was really cool. And let's have a look at his opponent. For Red, it's going to be LML. Now, LML has had pretty good success throughout the STPL. He hasn't played as many games as maybe some of our other members of Red, but he's always been quite consistent. I mean, he's got an 80% win rate against Zerg over 5 games, which is really impressive. And in his last 10 games, he's won 5 of them, so 50% win rate recently definitely matches up with his win ratio. He's just been a little bit unfortunate that he's not been getting more Zergs. But yeah, LML has a really nice beard, which is kind of cool. Someone just brought that up in chat. Let's have a look at the map we're going to be going into. It's going to be La Mancha. Now, La Mancha, one of the current ladder maps, one of my favorite maps of all time from Brood War, and just overall a really, really solid map. Now, all of the stats on this map are actually, or at least for ZVP, are all from Season 1. So that's a very, very long time ago. That's when FBW was still a team. We didn't have this map in Season 2 either, but it's kind of crazy to think that that was over a year ago. And Season 1 took a year and a half, and we've actually had a season in between. We're currently on the latest season, so that's kind of cool. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get into game number 1. Okay, the game has begun, and starting us off here in the top left-hand position in the brown, fighting for SouL, it's Beast. And his opponent down here in the peach, fighting for red, it's LML. Okay, so it's going to be interesting to see exactly how this game is going to play out. Looks like Beast is going to go for a 7 pull, which is definitely something I haven't seen, I don't think ever. This is definitely a little bit of a weirder build coming in here from Beast, maybe looking to put a little bit of pressure on his Protoss opponent. Especially on this map, it can be a little bit harder to do a full wall in, at least super quickly. It's quite good to get cannons against Hydrobusts and stuff, there's a lot of room for that. But maybe looking to do a little bit of early link pressure, seeing if he can get a quick win over red here to take SouL up. It was a 7-pool, Edgewater. And, I mean, Beast, he's a very creative player. A lot of the top Zergs at the moment are. You've got Lava, you've got Queen, you have... I'm just trying to think of who the other top Zergs are right now. Like, Beast is doing really well. Oh, Soma, of course. Like, Soma probably, arguably the best Zerg right now outside of Zero, which is kind of cool. Now, it looks like the probe is going to come in here, see the early pull, so he is going to know to be a little bit more careful. I mean, one thing that maybe LML is doing, one thing Beast is maybe doing, is maybe trying to hard counter some form of, like, 2-gate rush. Maybe he thinks he's going to get cheesed or something. Custom, you saying in chat that Beast said the game was a little bit laggy, so that's why he's got 800 APM. I suppose it is kind of annoying when you do play in a global team league. You do have to put up with a little bit of lag. Now, the one thing that is worthwhile knowing is the fact that there are a few strategies you can go for a Zerg in lag. Cadenzi's actually spoken to me a lot about this because essentially you really don't want to go mutas most of the time. That's kind of the main thing, but early link busts can be pretty good. Now, LML has only built a single cannon, so this can actually come back and bite him. We could have a very, very quick game here because I don't think that it's gonna a second cannon will finish, and there isn't any other units, so Beast could be in for a very, very quick victory here. Now, it was drones coming up after this, so maybe LML isn't going to be prepared, but looks like LML getting ready to try and surround the cannon. Okay, that's a little bit better. Looks like he is going to be able to hold on. If this was a Ling Flood, I think he'd just be dead, but... Now, Beast hasn't chosen to go for any gas just yet. We're actually going to opt to go for 3 hatchery before gas, so this could be a pretty early Hydra build. Gas coming up straight away afterwards. Now, LML is doing a really good job keeping his probe alive in the main, as Edgewater points out in chat as well. He's keeping an eye on the eggs, seeing exactly what's coming out, which is why he knew he could probably get away with just that one cannon. But it's always a risk against Zerg to just ignore all the lings. Like, even if there's only 6, that's enough to take down a cannon if they can get on top of it. It does mean that you're probably not going to get much other damage done, but it's still a cannon worth of minerals. That could have been a gateway, so... pretty good. And we've got a core coming in, which makes things pretty standard in this side of things. Look like the probe is going to go down. It does see that the Zerg is mining gas. Didn't stay alive long enough to see if it's going to be lair or speed first. Now, realistically, as the observers we are, I get the feeling it's probably going to be a Hydra bust here, but maybe... going for quick speed. Okay, so it's going to be quick speed. We're going to have a big early link push. Is LML going to be able to defend against it? Still only 1 cannon. There's still no second scout going out. We do have a zealot moving down to the bottom with the probe for some reason. This is a little bit of a weird way for it to go around, but maybe looking to run in to the main undetected. But this is 3 hatchery with no Hydra Den and no lair. This is 100% a lingual in. And if LML can hold on to this, it's actually going to be a massive upset in terms of sort of skill level for sure. Now, can LML see this? This is probably going to be the most important scout in the game. Does he see the Ling Flood? Yes, he does. He knows there's a lot of Lings coming his way now. Is he going to be ready? Is he going to add more cannons on? He doesn't actually have any minerals right now. If anything, cancelling the Stargate could be quite useful. But basically, this game is in a situation where he needs to defend this, and he currently does not have the right units and the right buildings to be able to do so, I don't think. Now, there is a Zealot going into the main. Is it going to be able to make it in? That doesn't really matter as much. It's this moment right here, and these Lings are going to jump down on top of the gateway. If this gateway falls, if the Lings get into the main base, it is going to be game over, but it looks like LML with his probes and his Zealot may be able to hold on. There is a lot of Lings left. There we go. GG. LML holds on. And Beast taps out for a quick 1-0 for red. So there we go. Beast is not undefeatable. LML comes in there, defends against the all-in. Maybe Beast felt he was a little bit pressured into all in given the fact it was laggy. But that also means Hydra Bus can be pretty good. So the fact that LML scouted that Ling Flood won him the game. And that's how it goes sometimes. So we'll be back in just a second with game number 2. Okay guys, welcome back. We're here for game number 2 of SouL versus Red. After a very quick game 1, Red actually find themselves in an advantage against SouL, which is an incredible position to be in against our 2-time champions. Not many people have been in that spot winning game 1, so really nicely done by LML. Now of course, up next is going to be SouL's next strong player here. It's going to be Mighty. Now Mighty, like Beast, hasn't played as many games in the STPL as some of the other players like Scan, who outside of DeWalt I think has played the most games overall. But he's a really strong amateur Korean Protoss player at the moment. I need to update his name in the database. I've just noticed it's got miscapitalized there, but that's all well and good. But overall, he's doing pretty well. The only PvP he's played, he won. He played against Bulls Ugox on Core Breach a couple of weeks ago in week 1. So kind of cool. Let's have a look at his opponent. Fighting for red here is going to be Fisheye. Now Fisheye, like LML, is a very consistent player. Hasn't played as many games as LML, but you can see that his PvP, 50% win rate over 8 games, not easy to do. So definitely doing a pretty good job. And some of his recent PvPs, he's beaten Future, Tech, Jax. I mean, that was quite a while ago, so I guess we'll have to see how much his PvP's changed. It was a very long time ago he last properly played. I mean, he played in week 2, I think. Yeah, he played against Ziggy in week 2. No, that was in season 1. Yeah, he's not played in season 2 so far, so we're going to be interested to see how he does. Let's have a look at the map we're going to be heading into. It's the return of Hitchhiker. Hitchhiker back again after a week hiatus. 2-player map, top left, bottom right hand spawns. A very small pathway through the center of the map, which early game can mean massive aggression, but the longer the game goes on, the harder the aggression becomes, and things get a little bit hairy. Now, we've had 2 PvPs on this map already in Season 3. We had Quanwu taking down Moray, which was a pretty big win for DM. And we saw DeWalt take down Yeti in a really fun PvP. So hopefully we're going to get another good one here as we get into game number 2. Okay, the game has begun, and starting us off here in the top left-hand position, we do have, in the magenta, fighting for SouL, it's Mighty. And his opponent down here in the peach, fighting for red, it's Fisheye. Oh, it looks like Mighty's gonna be a little bit cheeky here, sending out his first Zealot, going for a proxy gateway. Now, is it gonna be one or is it gonna be two? That is the question we have to ask ourselves. The last time we saw this, it was two gateways outside of Quan Wu's base, but Moray was unable to make it work. And once again, we see Mighty is going to be proxying in the natural, which is somewhere you will scout as long as you leave your base. And I mean, if Fisheye can scout this and get prepared, we could be in for another very, very quick game. Now, Fisheye gonna build his gateway, but he's not gonna scout. This is an incredibly risky play. If you don't scout, if you don't build a shield battery, things can get very bad very quickly. Now, the lack of scouting here by Fisheye is a really big puzzle. Now, gonna go for a gas, but still not going to scout. There is count on 1, 2, 1, 2 gateways. Ha 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 ha. But yeah, it's going to be 2 gate here from Mighty, and Fisheye still does not know it's coming. I really hate to say this, but I think Fisheye might be dead. I'm usually one to like hype up the game and stuff. I mean, he could hold on with micro, but he just played so greedy. He's only just now going to scout. That is not going to win you the game. You need to scout. 100% if you do not scout on a map that's good for early aggression, you will get killed. Now, he does see that there is a second gateway, but his second gateway is an absolute age away. You can already see all of the probes have been pulled off gas. Gas is not going to be important in this game. And yeah, realistically, this probe should be coming home. Like, going here, what's he going to find? Looks like the first Zealot is in the main base. We've got a shield battery up here as well. A battery is coming in from Fisheye, and some good probe micro could hold on. But this is going to be tough. Fisheye needs to get more units. He's actually supply blocked right now. Oh, this is a little bit rough here. Not getting this second Zealot could actually be the end of the game. That supply block is definitely the worst timed supply block ever. Oh my goodness. Mighty is going to get this gateway. There's very, very little that Fisheye can do about this. You can see some probes are pulling. Another shield battery is done. And unlike last time where we saw the Bisu Best rematch, this is the Bisu Best rematch where Bisu wins again rather than Best. But there we go. Looks like there's 4 Zealots in the main. Only 3 are going to be here available for Fisheye. Fisheye cannot save this gateway. There's absolutely no way. You can't shield battery buildings either. And I think this is too much. Like, there's 5 Zealots here. 2 more are going to be coming in here very shortly. The shield battery coming in clutch. This shield battery still has a ton of energy. But Mighty knows what he needs to do. He just needs to push the other gateway. If he kills the gateway, there will be no more units from Fisheye, and that'll be it. But the shield battery usage really, really good here from Mighty, keeping all of his Zealots on full shields -1. I mean, Fisheye's doing a pretty good job as well, but it's just a numbers game, and unfortunately, like 7, however many, is this 7? 6 is more than 3. And there we go, all the Zealots have fallen from Fisheye. There's no way a cannon is coming up in this game, and even if it did, it wouldn't help. All of the probes are going down. GG, Fisheye taps out on Mighty, takes game number 2. Now that was a little bit unfortunate, but that's how it can go in PvP, especially if you don't scout. Metaphysics pointing out in chat that on the same day he did beat Zealot in G's Weekly, on the same day that he would have played Mighty, that would have been this previous Sunday. I don't know why I'm like going like this, that's a little bit weird, but that's going to take us into game number 3. It's going to be a ZVZ when we get back after this short break. See you guys soon.
STPL Season 3. Yeah. STPL does. Bio TVP? Wow! No problem. We got dragons to defend. Yeah. STPL does. STPL does. Mass Scout? Oh, I'm so afraid. We got Hydralisk to defend. Yes. STPL, STPL. Fantastic production, fantastic casters, fantastic prize pool, only in STPL.
Outstanding. Rock and roll.
Okay, it's time. Okay guys, welcome back. We're going to be heading into game number 3. Now the cool thing about this game is starting us off here for SouL. We are going to have Shine. It is the real Shine, if you're wondering. That is why we've got his ASL profile picture as well. He made his debut in week 1 of, week 2 of season 3. There's so many 1s, 2s, and 3s that I have no idea. But Shine is a really good player. He showed us an amazingly fun game on Monty Hall SE, so I'm looking forward to this one. Now, this is a little bit rough. Shine has some of the best ZVZ of all time, and basically, it's gonna be rough here. But Red is gonna send out one of their greatest warriors, their only warrior actually. In fact, it's Red Warrior, their captain. He's going to be coming out here. He's got a 50% win rate in ZVZ. It is ZVZ, so anything can happen. And basically, it's really, really awesome. So let's have a look at the map they're going to be heading into. It is going to be Byzantium 3. Now, they are low ground mains on this map, which early game make it harder to deal with Zealot all-ins because you can't sit at the top of your ramp and create like a little wall. You can sit a little bit lower down, but it's a little bit more difficult to do that on here. So I do wonder if maybe Red Warrior has something a little bit cheesy in mind to try and take down Shine. But then when you think of Shine, he is usually more the aggressive player. So I think it would be better for Warrior to have prepared something a little bit more standard, maybe a little bit more defensive. But obviously taking it into the late game against the next pro of Shine's caliber is a little bit rough. So let's see how it goes as we get into game number 3. Okay, the game has begun, and starting us off here in the top right-hand position, we do have the Blue Zerg fighting for SouL. It's Shine. And his opponent spawning down here in the bottom right-hand corner in the green, fighting for red. It's their captain. It's their warrior. It's Warrior. Now, we do have a cheerful for this series. Well, for red in general, which I want to show off, but I'm kind of scared of showing off in a ZVZ in case we miss something. ZVZ early game is so difficult to comprehend as a Terran player that I just need to completely look. So they're both on 9 supply, both of them are going for an Overlord. Looks like Shine has been a little bit more efficient, probably been doing some mineral boosting, which is where you basically make yourself mine a little bit more efficiently. That's one of the major differences, by the way, guys, between like lower level players and higher level players. It's the little things that count. Everything in Brood War is a game of seconds, essentially, and the further amount of seconds you are in front, the better. Now, Shine is going for a 12 pool, which is kind of the safe build in ZVZ. It's not aggressive, it's not really economic, so you don't really play too greedy. Now, there is no way Red Warrior is going to go for a 12 hatch. He is. Red Warrior going for a 12 hatch here against Shine could be a very difficult decision, but maybe it's going to work. Maybe he's expecting Shine to do the same, given Shine would probably want to get an early advantage. And the fact that Shine didn't go for a 9 pull means this 12 hatch is actually going to pay off, I think. Now, Shine is going for his own hatchery on 11 supply, so both of them are back on even supply again. Paul is coming in and a gas, so as long as Shine cannot flood with lings, he is going to be in a good position. Now, one thing to note about this game is Warrior has the information advantage. Look at where the overlords are. Warrior getting into the main base, going to be able to see all of the units coming out of Shine's hatchery. Meanwhile, Shine has no idea what his opponent's doing. Now, Shine most likely, given his level of play, is going to play a little bit more defensively behind this. But you never know, we could see a big Link Flood because it is Shine. You never know what to expect from the bagger builds. We've got Link Speed coming in from Shine before the lair, but the Overlord is going to see all of these Links coming in. So as long as he can get his own Links up quick enough, we're going to have a pretty good position. Now the hatchery is finished, which means unfortunately Warrior is going to have to defend this position. Now, are we going to see a Sunken Colony coming up here? Yes, we are. But the trouble is, it's going to go down very quickly. Where are Warrior's Links? They're not even finished. They're only just now coming in. The Creep Colony goes down as well. This is a little bit rough for Warrior. But let's have a look, see if he can hold on. Looks like we do have some more Links following in behind this. Shine's Link Micro is so good. Oh my goodness. This is why his CVC is so good, by the way. His Link Micro is crazy. But looks like Link Speed has kicked in before his opponents has. And this is going to cause a lot of problem for Warrior. When you have Link Speed, things start to get a little bit out of hand. Now, we do have more Links coming in, but they are surrounded immediately. And this hatchery looks like it will go down. Warrior just, unfortunately, I don't know if he wasn't spending his money or he got supply blocked or something there, but he just has 1,000,000 minerals and nothing to spend them on. Now he's getting another load of Lings. This hatchery is 100% dead, but can he hold on? And can he go for a big counter? That's the only option he's got. Now these Lings will die as soon as they hatch pretty much. There's not really much he can do here about those. But it looks like he's coming in at the exact same time. Shine has not reinforced this. So Warrior is going to be able to push back. Now is Shine going to be ready for this back at home? He does have his lair in. The Spire is coming up. Meanwhile, we have no lair for Warrior, so Warrior is going all in. This Sunken definitely not helping him out too much, but Warrior is running into a wall here. The Link surrounding him immediately, and Warrior has been gobbled up. GG! Warrior taps out, and Shine wins game number 2. No, game number 3, sorry. The games have been so quick, I've lost count. Okay, so that was a little bit unfortunate there for Warrior, of course. You never want to lose like that, but I mean, Shine is a very, very strong CVC player, and honestly, it all came down to the build order. He went for a 12 hatch against someone who's really, really good with Link Micro, and then he just didn't have his Links on time. The Sunken came up, it was in a really awful position, and it died, so that was the other problem. Like, maybe if that had gone, well, obviously if that had gone slightly different, we could have had a different outcome. But Shine definitely showing how strong he is. Warrior struggling a little bit, but that's nothing to feel sad about. Now, we'll be back with game number 4 when we get back after this short break. See you guys soon.
And people like Kix, for example, who has an encyclopedic knowledge of every map that's ever been released on StarCraft. And
he's a map man! Skibidi-bidi-bidi-on-did-it-did. Skibidi-on-did-it-did. Skibidi-bidi-bidi-on-did-it-did. He's a map man! Ba-da-ba-da-ba-dee-da-ba-ba-da-boop. Ba-ba-ba-da-boop. Bee-da-ba-ba-da-boop. Ba-ba-ba-da-boop. Everybody plays one way or the other, so check out my message to you. As a matter of fact, I don't let nothing hold you back. If Kix can do it, so can you. Gooba-dooba-dooba-dee-da-ba-ba-da-boop. Ba-ba-ba-da-boop.
Please don't listen to him for maps.
yeah.
Okay guys, welcome back. We're going to be heading into game number 4 here. Now this is Red's final chance. If they cannot win this game, we will have another SouL victory. And standing here for SouL is going to be Hero. He used to be on We Made Fox, and then I think he went to Oz when they disbanded. It is Hero, also known as Sexy. A really, really good Terran player. It's exciting to see him here in the STPL. Now, the only games he's played so far have been TVPs. We've not seen his TVZ just yet, so I'm excited to see it. His opponent is going to be the one, the only, the legendary Red Ariador. This is going to be the battle to see who is the real Sexy or who is the hero. That's actually a really bad pun, but he is ranked 69 as well, so Ariador got a little bit of an advantage here in this Sexy matchup. We'll have to see how this is going to go, but Ariador against Terran, he's only got a 40% win rate so far, but he'll be looking to improve that, and he's got a 50% win rate overall. The problem is, when you're a Zerg player against Terran in the STPL, is there's not many foreign and Korean Terrans, but all of them are really, really good. Like, unlike Protoss and Zerg, where there's like maybe a lot more lower level Terrans, like when you go against Terrans in the STPL, you're against the best of the best. It's pretty cool, but it is cool to see Ariador here. He is a legendary player, and he is going to be going against Hero here on Core Breach. This is definitely a map that fits Ariador's style for sure. The only TVZ we've seen here so far was a relatively quick game where Vodi took down Mr. Bombastic himself, Mr. Zero, on this map. So Vodi prepared something a little bit interesting. He went for kind of 3 racks in the middle of the map. So let's see if Hero has something prepared here. This is a more up-to-date version of Innocoven, if you're wondering why it looks so similar. And overall, it's a really, really good map. So Hero should know this map pretty well. He must have practiced a lot to try and get into ASL and things like that. So let's have a look as we get into game number 4. Can Red hold on? Can they keep their dream alive in this series and take us to an ace match? Or is Hero going to bring it home for SouL? Let's find out. Okay, starting us off here in the bottom right-hand position, we have the green Zerg fighting for red. It's Ariador. And his opponent spawning up here in the top right-hand corner in the magenta, fighting for SouL. It's Hero. Now Hero, of course, a Korean Terran. Korean Terrans known for their exceptionally good TVZ. Sexy, back in the day, I'm actually going to look this up because I can never remember his stats. But, okay, that is certainly not what I was looking for. That was a weird thing to pop up, but Sexy didn't play too many games in his professional career. He only actually played 2 of them. Yeah, he played 2 games for We Made Fox, and they were both against Terran, which he did lose. So he didn't have the oh, he played both games against Fancy as well. Unlucky. Oh, unlucky Sexy. But no TVZ from him, at least professionally back in the day. These days, he is a lot stronger. He is one of the best Terran players in Korea right now, which is a really tough thing to say, given there's so many good players. But Ariador gonna know this map well, know about the floor gun trap, unlike poor Hyunwoo a couple of weeks ago. But just while we're in a little bit of a lull in the game, we've obviously got Ariador going for a 12 hatch here. We've actually got a cheerful coming up here for Red. I can't actually remember who made this one, but they are saying, can we talk about the elephant in the room? It's pretty good. I really like the cheerfuls, by the way, guys. If you want to make a cheerful, there is a thread on Team Liquid. Lucky Noob especially is putting so many of them in, and they're really, really fun. They add a little bit of personality. It gives you guys a chance to cheer for your favorite players, your favorite teams, and overall it's looking pretty good. Now we've got a gas opening here from Hero, so he's not going to go for an early expansion, but he is going to go for a quick scout, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, he's going to scout in the wrong direction, so Ariador is going to get away with this. But we're probably going to see 2-port Wraith, I would imagine, coming in from Hero. No SCVs have been pulled off of gas just yet, which would usually mean we are going to see 1 base plate. Now, Ariador still doesn't have a gas, so Ariador is going to go 3 hatch here before pool. There is no spawning pool on this map right now, and if Hero does not punish this, this is going to put Ariador in an incredible position. Now, just while we're waiting, the factory's obviously coming up. It is going to be 2-port Wraith, I think, coming in from here from Hero. But essentially, Metaphysics asks, do I like the new ASL 10 maps? Well, they are, in fact, the ASL Team League maps, I believe. They do look fun, but I don't think anyone's actually speaking about ASL 10 maps just yet. But they are up on 910.history.com or whatever it is, which is the ASL map maker, or the ASL map website. So a few of them do look really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing games on them. I love new maps anyway. But you can see that Hero using his SCV here, knowing that Ariador doesn't have any lings. We do have the gas coming up. Now, Sexy's going to know this is, Hero's going to know this is 3 hatch before pool, just because he saw the late pool, he sees the late hatchery over at the other base, and he's just going to confirm it now. So we do have 2 ports coming in here. Now, if there's one player that can do well against 2-port Wraith, I would say it's going to be Ariador. Ariador has been around since the dawn of time, when Brood War was being created, when StarCraft 1 was being created. He was already playing it. And pretty much he has seen every variation of this build under the sun. And I believe if there's one person in red that can stop Hero here, it's going to be him. But even though I say that, it is very tough to be able to take down a Korean Terran going 2-port Wraith. But let's have a look. Are we going to see a control tower quickly, or is he going to go the 2 Wraith first? That can actually change the timing in which the Wraiths fly in. Okay, so he's going to go 2 Wraith first. He'll push with 3 Wraiths at the same time. That's actually a pretty good move. Now, Ariador's Overlord needs to get away. Probably going to go down anyway, but Lair is coming up at the natural here, which puts it a little bit closer to his opponent, but it does mean it's a little bit easier to hold on. But Ariador knows that this is 2-port Wraith. He's going immediately into a Hydra Den and an Evolution Chamber, and he's going to go Spores at his bases, and this is exactly what you need to do to outwit a 2-port Wraith player. Now, obviously, if Ariador cannot win here, we are going to be let me try and speak words properly. It means we won't be heading into an ace match, but of course if Ariador can win here, both teams will need to send out their ace player, and we will take it to a game 5, which is something SouL is not used to being in. So let's see if we get there. The Hydras are out. There is actually no Overlord here, so luckily enough for him, Cloak is a long way away. Now, one of the big problems is Hero is going for Vultures behind this, and if you over-prepare against Wraiths and they just get a dropship, you can be in a bit of trouble. Now, let's see if that's going to come into effect. It looks like Hero moving around looking for damage. Not going to find any. He may be able to pick off a few drones or so over here, but I mean, it shouldn't be too much damage to be taken. Ariador has actually got a ton of drones already, so even if he loses a couple, it's not the biggest of deals. Interestingly, waiting to build this Spore in the main before the Wraiths actually got there, so that was actually really risky, but it's going to work out. He had Hydras with an Overlord back home to defend. Speed is coming on. Range upgrade is coming in here as well, and Ariador is going to be preparing to play against Mech here, but what he's got to remember is this is a Korean Terran. Never expect what you're expecting. It's going to be a 3 Vulture, 2 Marine drop. Now, there is another Creep Colony coming in here. If he makes this a Sunken, Ariador is a god, because there is no way he should build a Sunken here without any prior info, and he doesn't know this drop's coming in, and this could actually just be game over. It's going to be a Sunken. Now, this was after he saw the dropship. Sunkens do not take that long to build, and these units will not be able to kill the Sunken, but he is going to lose a lot of drones in the making of this. The Hydra here going to be helping out a lot. Looks like the Vultures are forced to pull back. Nice drone drill catching that Vulture. Wow. Ariador doing such a good job so far. But Eriador does need to worry. These units are still going to be doing a lot. The Wraiths not doing anything down here in the bottom right. One of these Vultures going to go down as well to the Hydra. Eriador is holding this pretty perfectly. Like, you couldn't really do this any better than he already is. Now, the problem is, can Eriador hold against this massive amount of bio that's going to be coming up behind this? The dropship is still alive. Hydra's coming in here to clean this up. Eriador is looking so strong in this game so far. He's ahead in supply over the Terran player. There is no second base on the horizon here for Hero. He is massively all in on this one base play here. Now, can he make this work? A second dropship is going to be coming in. Tanks are coming in as well. And it's going to be up to Eriador to hold on to this. He needs to make sure he gets adequate defenses at his bases. A fourth hatchery is coming up here. We've got range coming in for his Hydras. +1 is almost done. But this drop is going to be the main story here. One drop with 2 medics can take out a single Sunken. And if he can block units from getting back here, this could get very dicey very quickly. But Eriador checking the other bases. He even got Overlord speed even. Oh, and look at this. This is so clever. He's just going to block Eriador from being able to come back to defend this. As you can see here, the Hydras aren't going to be able to get in. And he is going to drop with another couple of dropships here. One with 2 tanks, one with 6 Marines. And he is just going to go for it. Now, can Eriador hold on? There is a second Sunken coming up here, but he needs to build a Sunken quickly. There we go. It's coming in. But are these tanks going to be enough? Looks like the tank's going to drop down. Sunkens are not done. Another creep colony coming in. It's going to go down immediately, though. And it looks like the Marines getting out of the way. Some moving back to defend, but the Sunkens at the front. Oh, the Hydras get in, but is there just too many tanks? Looks like the tanks are focused down. Hero with the bio, though, doing so well, holding on. But things are still looking good for Eriador. The third Sunken is going to come up. But can he defend his main now? There's actually only 3 Hydras down here. There's no Sunken in the main. And more dropship units are going to be coming out here, causing more and more problems. There we go. It's going to be 2 groups of bio here in the main. And I think this could just be the end of the game. It's a little bit unfortunate, but Eriador undefended, or didn't defend his main enough. And this is what happens against the dropping Terran. It's a little bit unfortunate. He did so well up until this point. But focusing far too much defense in one location, his tech is going to go down, a lot of drones are going to go down. And when your tech goes down, you cannot build any units as Zerg. He's got no way of counterattacking whatsoever. And I think this could be it. Looks like he does have a few Hydras still coming in. He does still have a lot of hatcheries, but Lurker Upgrade is not going to finish. And it's going to be Hydras and Lings, but Medic Marine is really good against like Hydralisks. It's just not even funny. Oh my god, is he going to save it? Is he going to save the Hydra Den? Oh my god, he saves the Hydra Den. This is still going to go on. He lost some drones, but he's kept his tech alive. But can he okay, I thought that was a dropship, but it's not. Now, there is a second base coming up here for Hero. He knows he's in a pretty good position, but he still needs to expand. But can Eriador hold on to this second set of drops? There's 2 tanks, a group of Medic Marine. Lurker Tech is not done. But if Eriador can snipe these dropships before they can unload, we could have an incredible win here for Eriador. The Evo Chamber upgraded +1, so he has +1 attack. We've got a scan coming in from Hero. He knows where the units are. He is going to attack where Eriador is weakest. He's going to put tanks here, which makes it impossible for the Hydras to attack. Oh, but the Hydras get blocked by the drone! Oh, no! Oh, no. He could have held on there, but the drone actually blocked the Hydras in. Oh, that is not good. Looks like Eriador is going to try and go around. He's going to sack his lair, most likely. There's nothing he can do against this. But that was rough. And this Marine here as well, just adding insult to injury, making it impossible to get here. But, I mean, Eriador's going to try and go through the map. It's the only choice he has. He cannot get to defend his base. But he is going to be running into 3 sieged tanks and Medic Marine. I don't think it's going to work out too well. We've actually got Hydra still attacking the middle. He does have another base, but he is definitely not in a good position. Losing this lair is problematic. He needs a Spire. He's got a Queen's Nest. And I mean, a Queen's Nest is good, But with no lair, there's no way of getting a... oh. Why is he... Okay, why is he pushing with these? He can't get them out. Oh, dear. Well, he can put them here. Just put them here and he can't get through. Okay, that's a weird decision. Looks like the lair has gone down. Some lurkers coming in from behind here. Going to be able to at least slowly push this back. The Hydras moving through the middle of the map going to cause some problems. But this dropship is one of the main stories here. There's no or there is a couple of Hydras here, sorry, to help defend against this. But 3 Hydras are not enough to defend against the Medic Marine. The Sunken should help though. The medics are going to unload last, or at least close to last. So that's going to allow them to help defend this a little bit. But look how quickly Medic Marine melts through it with no upgrades whatsoever as well. There's just not enough units here for Aerodor. He's slowly pushing. He's actually completely stopped moving. He's not breaking through these stasis cells. And look at the amount of units that we already have back here. More, or vessels are actually being added on as well, which makes this even worse. And unfortunately, I think this could be the end for our hero Aerodor. Now, he did manage to clean up the bio. But at what cost? He's up 23 drones still. He still has 2 gases, so it's not the end of the world. But he is going to be pushing into an unpushable location. The tanks are even moving into a position here to siege these down. Oh no, Aerodor, don't push in here. This is not where you want to be pushing right now. He pulls back. He is going to be able to like at least hold this position in the middle. But look how quickly the Hydras die. Like, without armor upgrades, and without mass Hydra, you are not in a good position with Hydra Lurker against Medic Marine Bio. There we go. GG. Aerodor taps out, and despite an amazing game, Aerodor loses the game, and Red lose the series. Now, apparently this replay went on for a little bit longer. I guess Hero wanted to just go and kill all of his opponent's buildings. It happens. It does. It really does happen. Now, let's head on over to the results screen, and we'll just round up this series. So Hero won that for SouL. Now, this isn't the results screen. This is the results screen. Now, LML taking a very big upset in game number 1 on La Mancha, keeping... actually breaking, I think, SouL's undefeated record against Red, which is really, really good by LML. And then Mighty taking on Fisheye in a... Honestly, that PvP could have gone a different way, but Fisheye played incredibly greedy and chose not to scout. And that's what the problem is. So... Shine taking out Warrior, that was kind of a build order win in a ZVZ, and then Hero taking out Aerodor in a pretty epic game. Unfortunately, Aerodor had a great plan, which would have... Basically, the way that game played out, I didn't really mention it as much during the cast, but Hero made it look like he was going mass Wraith. He forced out 3 spores with 2 Wraiths, and then he switched into mass Bio, mass Tank, mass Dropship. He kind of faked Aerodor into over-defending against Wraiths and went something else. Like, that is not an easy thing to be able to do as Terran. And it's really not easy to defend a Zerg either, because you literally have no information after those first 2 Wraiths kill your Overlords early game. So that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I'm afraid. Aerodor is going to lose that game, lose the series for Red, but having a 1-3 loss is not as bad as having a 4-0 loss either. So good job by Red. We'll be back in just a couple of, or we'll be back in about 5, 6, 7 minutes. For series number 2, it's going to be Ash versus DM. Don't go anywhere.